Beware. Beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio at its finest. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Tuesday morning. Let's take care of our housekeeping. Let's get that out of the way. And then everything in the paper. We got to talk about transgender, got to talk about gay. And I want to get it straight. I have nothing, and I'll reiterate that later on also. I have nothing against the proud gay community. I have a problem with the few of the leaders that are exploiting this situation down in Orlando to benefit themselves. That's what pisses me off, but we'll get into that momentarily. Always feel free to call. If I'm not ranting and raving, I can get you in, I will. We are America's voice of freedom, definitely the Patriot. Call toll-free, 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. You don't have to give your name. You don't have to give your identity. And if we get pissed at each other, we just do that. But that's what we do in America. We can fight one day and be friends the next. That's what's great about this country. We can say what we want and not go to jail. May get hurt down the road, but not go to jail. And again, that's the way it should be. Friedrich's Fireworks. They're celebrating their 26th year. On June the 25th, from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the Shiloh, the Three Springs Park in Shiloh. And Jean Friedrich, I want to salute her. She has a free fireworks display every year. Not quite as big as the old Gateway, the Arch display, but it's very, very good. It's going to be located at 2250 Frank Scott East Parkway in Shiloh at the Three Springs Park. That's going to be this Saturday, June the 25th, from 5 to 11 p.m. They're going to have 4 or 5 different bands. They're going to have fireworks display. They're going to have inflatables for the kids. They're going to have all kind of entertainment, all kind of food. So if you can make it out there, please do. It says bring your lawn chair. Going to be some great music, and it's all free for the good people. The Knights of Columbus Car Show this Saturday, June the 25th, from 4 to 8 p.m., located at the Knights of Columbus, 100 East 5th Street in Cahokia, Illinois. It's to benefit the Semper Fi Fund and the Americans Fund. Going to have a car show. Food and drink raffles will be available. Radio station is going to try to make it out. We support all the military organizations, but this is June the 25th, the Knights of Columbus Car Show. A lot of vets with the Knights of Columbus. I know it's a religious organization, but a lot of vets. And they are supporting the Semper Fi Fund and the American Fund, so I can't be any more in accord with what they're doing. The American Legion Post, 1937. They're having their meet, shoot, and wheel raffle this Sunday, June the 26th at TR's Place, 4901 Concordia Church Road in Belleville. Starts at 12 noon. If you'd like to get involved, participate, you can contact Commander Jim Farbus at 618-409-1212. Let's see. Join us for the fun 4th of July celebration coming up at Washington State Park. That's from July the 1st to the 4th. We'll talk about that a little bit more in depth later. Dine and Donate coming up this Friday, June the 24th at the Great Kaskaskia River House, located at number 1 Harbor Point Drive in New Athens, Illinois. It's Dine and Donate. It's going to be all kind of music by Turnpike Cruiser and a lot of other bands from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. the next morning. And it's to benefit the New Athens Volunteer Fire Department. Also, the first annual Crawfish Boil will be held this Saturday, and we'll definitely be out there at New Memphis Station, right outside Muscuda, right east of Muscuda. It'll be held this Saturday, June the 25th. It starts at 2 p.m. It says consists of crawfish, carne on the cob, I guess everything Cajun, spiced pork burgers, brats. It says bring your own chair. There'll be entertainment. If you have any questions or concerns, you can contact Cliff. It's 618-588-3000. The St. Stephen's Parish all-you-can-eat chicken dinner coming up this Saturday from 3 to 7 p.m. at Vote Hall, located right next to the Caseyville City Hall on Route 157 in Caseyville, Illinois. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and the Grim Reaper of Radio. Go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com, one word, common spelling, for the best in radio entertainment on all 3 of our great stations. Listen to my repeat performance every day, Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. And now broadcasting, as you know, from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night at the stroke of midnight. You can like us on Facebook at KQQZ 1190 AM or KZQZ 1430 AM. You can go to my personal page, Fans of the Grim Reaper. You can get nasty and ignorant as you want, because I do. And don't forget the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition on Facebook, where you can get the best of anything to do with St. Clair County politics. They're very informative. They will guide you and enlighten you. On this date, June the 21st, today is summer officially begins today. June the 21st, 1788, the Constitution of the United States was ratified when New Hampshire became the ninth state to ratify it. It didn't go into effect until the following year. On this date, June the 21st, 1879, and us older people will remember this, the young kids won't, F.W. Woolworth opened his first 5 and 10 cent store in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. He sold items for no more than a dime and went broke. On this date, June the 21st, 1954, the American Cancer Society announced that heavy, in quotes, cigarette smokers aged 50 to 70 had a death rate up to 75% higher than non-smokers. On this date, June the 21st, 1982, John W. Hinckley Jr. was found not guilty by reasons of insanity in the March 30th, 1981 shooting of President Reagan and 3 others. On this date, June the 21st, 1989, the United States Supreme Court ruled that anyone can legally burn the American flag as a form of expression. On this date, June the 21st, 2004, Spaceship One became the first privately funded space plane to achieve space flight. That's what happened on this date, June the 21st, throughout all these years in our world's history. I got an email from I hear he's a very, very nice gentleman. I don't know him personally. His name's Brandon G. And he says, "Good morning, Bob. I would like to correct you about the transgender flag at St. Louis City Hall. The United States flag is flying well above the transgender flag. It flies because it's Pride Week for my community. First, we are proud Americans, and second, we are proud of being LGBT. Here's a picture showing Old Glory flying above any other flag." And Brandon, that's correct. I'm not talking about the flag that was flying. They had a big transgender flag draped down from the city hall with the American flag nowhere in sight. And I spooked them, and they took it down after about 3 hours. But there was a great big transgender flag. It was on TV. And again, Brandon and all you guys, I told you, I told you I'm not against the proud gay community in general. I'm really not. But there are always a few in each special interest group, no matter gay, straight, political, religious, or otherwise, that hurt the real cause and journey of their groups. It's the disrespect and disruptiveness by some of these LGBT community leaders that really piss me off. It's not the proud gay community. I have nothing against it. I've said that before this crap all started. I don't give a damn about what anybody does sexually as long as it's consenting adults and there's no animals involved. And they're of age, yes. Not the animals, the people. But it pisses me off because the gay community is forefront right now. And they're really exploiting that. The leaders are. And if anybody says any different, they're damn liars or they're just damn stupid. We understand what happened in Orlando. It was 49 Americans died. It was a terrorist act. But we're not really concentrated on the terrorist act. We're concentrating on the homosexual, the LGBT community. And I don't think that's right. And that's not to say that I'm not in support of the gay community. I don't support their sexual preference, but that's okay. That's my right as American not to, just as it is their right as an American to do it. But it shouldn't be anybody's right to shove it in our face. I don't go down the street saying, hey, I like hot women all day. I don't want a flag flying with the naked women. I want to put a naked woman on a flag over at the St. Louis City Hall because I'm a heterosexual who love pretty ladies. That ain't going to fly. And I'm the vast majority. I think the vast majority of people are heterosexual. They said some people are bisexual, and if I get any uglier, I'm going to turn bisexual because to get any sex, I'm going to have to buy it. But that's an old joke, but what the hell? I'm trying to kill some time, I guess. But on a serious note, why the hell do we have to take all these minority groups, and they're the ones that get all the attention. They're the ones that get all the praise. They're the ones that get all the special treatment. Now, right here, St. Louis City Hall is third in the United States to fly the transgender flag. And that's okay. But now there's a big picture of Slay. What a little bitch boy he is. Watches as a carpenter raises the flag, recognizing transgender people outside St. Louis City Hall on Monday. Let's recognize Americans for a change. You know, this transgender crap, this gay crap, and I don't mean gay crap in general, but they throw it in our face. Be what you want, do what you want. And here's Slay. It's a message we're sending that the city is welcoming to everyone, regardless of who you love or how you identify yourself. I guarantee you check the files 10 years ago, these guys weren't anywhere around the gay community because it wasn't politically correct. You think Slay gives a damn? Well, I think Kern does. I personally think Mark Sweet Cakes Kern is a proud supporter of the gay community. I really believe he is. But why do we have to have this shoved in our face? This stuff's been going on forever, for the last week. There's more said about the gay community, about the transgender community, than there is about the killings down in Orlando. Because some of the leaders of the LGBT, and hey, I'm here in Belleville, come and pick at me, I'll walk with you. I won't wear a pantyhose. Well, maybe I will, I don't know. But it's unbelievable. There's more focus on the gay community than there is the people, the Americans, the 49 victims, not heroes, the 49 victims that died in Orlando. And we got to worry about raising a transgender flag? Let's worry about getting the terrorism out of our country. That's what we need to worry about. But it's constant. It's constant. See, that's the problem. That's the problem with the proud gay community. I think they just kind of overstep what they do. It's unbelievable. You know, I believe in America that we believe in fair and equal treatment. Everybody wants fair and equal treatment. I guarantee you I do. I guarantee you do. But it's not happening. You know, we've got the same situation. The two things in the Belleville paper, and they're both on the front page, I believe, and then they're on page 4. The first big column is about the transgender bathrooms. Then the second column's about Orlando and the gay community. I mean, I'll be damned. Now, the transgender crap. You guys all know the transgender crap. It said the student leaders and school leaders live with the issue and understand it's better than elected officials do. How do you guys understand it better than anybody? I don't understand. But it says here, in response, they were told that parents that if their children were uncomfortable sharing a restroom with the transgender student, they, the straight student, could opt to use another bathroom and be inconvenienced. Why should the vast majority of straight students be disrupted, have their lives disrupted, and have to change for the minority? Why do they have to conform with minority groups? When I thought it was always that America was led by the majority. Doesn't the majority rule? Again, we believe in fair and equal treatment, not special treatment for special interest groups, which, by the way, are always a minority. Since when in America, people? Since when in America does a minority rule? Minority rules only in countries where there are dictatorships and kings and queens. Queens, I guess that's why Sweet Cakes Kern, the county board chairman in St. Clair County, rules with an iron fist, a swishy fist. Maybe he's a queen of St. Clair County. Maybe that's why he has so much power. Apparently, we don't live in a democracy in St. Clair County. We got a queen ruling. But do you understand what I'm saying? And I don't want to make light of it because it pisses me off all day, every day for the last week. For the last week, we hear about this transgender. We hear about bathrooms. You got to switch them around. What the hell is wrong? What the hell is wrong? The transgender students, they say, don't feel comfortable using the bathrooms that are available. Well, what the hell? What do I care? Go out and piss in the yard. What are you talking about? The transgender kids don't feel comfortable using the bathrooms that were made available. Are you crazy? See, it's never going to end. They're going to want special bathrooms. They're going to want somebody in there to wipe their ass. Anyway, when are we going to understand that we got to put this crap aside? We've got major problems. We've got major problems in this country, and we're going to have to address them. We've got some callers. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Hey, good morning, Bob. How are you?
Fine, sir. How about yourself?
Oh, not too bad. This is I'm Chad giving you a ring. I got a comment for you, and I actually took a picture of it yesterday. Was going to send it to you. I've been doing a lot of work out there on Town Hall Road, and actually that was me laying on the horn at you the other day.
I wish you'd have been a hot gal laying on my body, but go ahead.
I didn't. I was on my side of the road. Hey, St. Clair County building out there. I just wanted, you was talking about the flag, the transgender flag yesterday, and I was driving back and forth there, and if you take a look at the American flag out there, it's pathetic, Bob. I mean, it is pathetic. And here, it's all ripped up, tore up, and I don't think that's right. I don't. You made me more of a patriot than I ever was. I took a lot of things for granted when I was younger. But now I understand what our veterans have done for us and continue to do for us.
Well, Chad, I'll tell you what. I hope I've done something for you and other people. I'm no better, no worse, but I can inform because I have the voice on the radio to inform. And I thank you for being a proud American. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go out and buy a flag, and I'm going to drop it off. I'm going to drop it off to the highway department, the county highway department. And I don't cast a bad light on the workers out there. It's not their responsibility. There's a lot of hard workers out there at the highway department, the St. Clair County Highway Department. I shart our leaders, the Spragues, the Kerns, the Barra Civic, because they don't give a damn about anything. They don't give a damn about this country. They just give a damn about themselves. And Chad, thanks for being a proud patriot, and thanks for listening, buddy.
All right, buddy, man. You have a nice day,
Yes,
Bob.
sir. You too. Thanks for the call. We'll go ahead. Let's get another caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
It's Tom.
Yeah, Tom, what can I do for you?
Why should anyone have assault rifles other than the military or police?
Okay, Tom, that's your statement?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't really agree with you, because the next person will say, why should a person not have a handgun rather than their military or police? See, it's not the gun. See, the problem is, Tom, and I'm not going to be argumentative with you. I appreciate your call. The problem is the people that want to control guns, that's secondary. You got to control the people. You got to control the people that take those guns and make those guns dangerous. Now, I personally don't see why anybody would want an assault rifle unless they were going to assault somebody. But this is America. You know, people have crap in their yards, and I don't know why the hell people have crap in their yards. I don't know why people drive some of the cars they do. I don't know why people act the way they do. But in America, we can do that. And we're losing sight, Tom, and everybody else. We're losing sight of our freedoms in this great country. We're free. We're free to have a gun. We're free to have an assault rifle. We're free to have a kitchen knife. But we're not free to kill somebody with that assault rifle. We're not free to kill somebody with that gun. We're not free to kill somebody with that butter knife. But it's our choice. And if they take one freedom away, they'll continue to chip away at our other freedoms. And it's not the best situation, but you know what they've always said, the old cliche? It's not the best system, but it's the best system known to man. The great United States of America. And it's not perfect, Tom. And there's nothing in life that's perfect. But, well, I think Sweet Cakes thinks he is. But do you understand? Once we start chipping away at rights, then they're going to keep going, because these rotten bastard, no count, good for nothing, lousy, rotten bastard politicians, these low-life pieces of scum, these son of a bitches won't know when to stop. So we got to stop them in their tracks up front. And I hope everybody agrees. Well, I don't care if anybody agrees with me. But you know the old adage, guns don't kill people, people kill people. And that's the way it is. People kill people. We can't control the guns because that's our right to have a gun. It's also our right to make this country safe. And what do? Let's get rid of these asswipe bastards that use these guns. Let's kill them all. And I mean that seriously. Some bastard going to use it. If you find him guilty, just kill the son of a bitch. Don't spend 20 years on an appeal. You know, we're too lame in this country. We got to become a little more hardcore. And let's take care of these situations. And once the people see the crap bums, the criminals, once they see that we're serious, you're going to see a lot less crime. Let's go ahead for a break. Let's take one more caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Hey, this is Wendy from St. Louis.
Hey, Wendy, how the heck you doing?
I'm doing fine, and I want to send my regards into the death of your son.
Well, thank you, sweetheart. What's going on in your world?
Oh, nothing much, but I have a problem with the transgender restrooms. Why don't they use the restrooms that has the male and female on it for the family orientated? Because if we have the transgender bathrooms, what happens if the pedophiles out there turn around and say, well, I'm transgender, I'm going to go in this restroom? You're going to get too many pedophiles to be taking advantage of the restrooms for the transgenders. And then when somebody gets hurt, raped, whatever, or violated, then they're going to start raising hell about it.
Yeah. You know, Wendy, I agree with you totally, and I thought the same thing. That was my daughter. It just happened to happen one time, because the son of a bitch that did it would be dead, and I'd be in prison for the rest of my life, because I would beat him in the head. I would kill that son of a bitch. And why take it? It's like the lottery, Wendy. It may not be my daughter. It may be your daughter, somebody else's daughter, but why even start down that shaky road?
Well, before he would wind up being dead, he would have a Lorraine Bobbitt.
Okay, Wendy, you can't use that word. I can't use that word, so damn it, I don't want you using that word. Hey, Wendy, thanks for the call. We sincerely appreciate it. Sounds like a porn movie to me, Wendy, what you were describing. But you people, you got to understand. Why not? Hey, when there's a lot of us. There's a lot of us. I'm an old, ugly white guy. I want an old, ugly white guy restroom. I'm demanding that. Let's all of us old, ugly guys, let's all get together. And let's demand that I don't feel comfortable in a restroom with a young guy, a young virile guy, a young guy that looks good and smells good when I'm an old, crappy, old, ugly guy that smells like crap. Why the hell? I feel uncomfortable. I want an old crotchety bathroom. I want a bathroom that the seats are a little bit higher because it's harder for me to get up. I want a bathroom that will wash my hands because sometimes I'm too old and too tired to wash my hands. That's what I want. I mean, when does this crap stop? It never stops until we intelligent people, the intelligent people of this country, stop it. Lines are always open. We are America's voice of freedom. Definitely the Patriot. Call toll free 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. Wendy, as always, thank you for the call. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ, 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ, 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state. Well, we got to change that. I guess it's America's bisexual voice of freedom. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ, 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ, 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. I want to say hi to a real good friend of ours down in East St. Louis, Sarah Dansbury. Nice lady, always listens. Sarah, thank you very much. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you listening, and we appreciate everybody in East St. Louis, the ones that are trying to do for the community, not the asswipe politicians, but the decent people. And speaking of people from East St. Louis, I've got a couple callers, hold on callers. Mayor Officer just walked in, and I like seeing him, but with him today, I thought it was a movie star. It's his beautiful young daughter, Carly Officer. I've watched her grow up. What a beautiful lady. What a nice lady. And Carly, I'm going to get you on the air for just a second. How the heck you doing, honey?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. She looks as pretty as she sounds. How old are you now, Carly?
I'm 15.
15. Well, you're a beautiful young lady, and your father is a great father, and he's raised you right, and he's proud of you. I'm proud of you. And you out of school for the summer?
Yes, I am.
What are you doing? Just hanging around?
Oh, no, I'm working and having a little driving lesson with my father.
Yeah, you better teach him how to drive. I've watched him drive. Yeah, you better teach him. He's not a real good driver, so is he letting you drive that Mercedes of his?
Oh, no, I'm driving a little Chevy that we got in the garage.
You'll get yours in time. But Carly, listen, you have a good summer. You're a beautiful lady. Your pop's awful proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm sure your whole family is. You keep up the good work, and much success to you, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, sweetheart. Thank you very much. We've got some more callers. No, we don't. I guess we lost a grumpy old guy called. He was a grumpy old man, wanted to talk about the grumpy old man toilets. Before I go to another segment, I do want to say I respect the gay community. I respect everyone for what they are and who they are, not what they do, as long as it's nothing criminal, as long as it's nothing that's illegal. So people don't think that I'm against the proud gay community, because if I was gay, I would be proud. I would be proud of what I am. I am proud of what I am. I'm not perfect. I'm not proud of everything I've done in my life, but you know what? You got to move on. And I'm not against the gay community. I'm against the exploitation of some of the leaders of the gay community, just like I'm against the exploitation of the political leaders and some religious leaders. You know, these guys, a few of them want to exploit the situation. It shouldn't be about the gay community now. It should be about 49 victims, 49 Americans who died needlessly because of an act of terrorism. And let's address the terrorism, not the gay community. But we'll talk about that later. Our good friend of mine, going to make a great St. Clair County Board Chairman, Roger Cook. He's challenging sweet cakes to some debates. And it's in the paper today. Cook said he wants to bring discussions of issues to the different communities. He wants to go all throughout East St. Louis, Cahokia, O'Fallon, Mascoutah, New Athens, Freeburg, and Belleville, and have 7 debates. And this asswipe son of a bitch, and I got to kind of salute the News Democrat. I found out what Kern actually said. Here's what it says in the paper. To Kern's response to Cook's letter, he referred to Bob Romanik. Why the hell does Bob Romanik have to be involved in any kind of conversation with a debate between Roger Cook and Mark Sweetcakes Kern? But see, they want to throw me in the middle of everything, and that's not fair to my friends, because I'm far from being perfect, and I've told you 1,000 times. Got a great man sitting across from me, Carl Officer. We're friends. If you're mad at me, if you don't like my past, if you don't like me for whatever I say or do, don't like me. Don't vote for me, but don't hold it against Carl Officer. Don't hold it against Roger Cook, because these guys are great candidates. But this Kern, and I want to just explain how hypocritical these bastards are. He says he referred to Bob Romanik and asked that he behave during campaign events. Who the hell are you, Kern, to tell me how to behave, you rotten little asswipe bastard? Carly, why don't you go in the other room? Because I feel uncomfortable here. And I'm sorry, Carly. This asswipe son of a bitch, what do you mean he's going to tell me that I better behave during campaign events? Hey, you kiss my white, hairy, wrinkled, smelly old ass, you no-good, rotten bastard. You may be a big shot to everybody else, but you're nothing but a piece of political crap to me. You know, with my salty language. I could never disrespect the people of St. Clair County as much as you rotten bastard, or your politically corrupt Democratic organization has done with your corrupt action all throughout St. Clair County. You're going to talk about the way I talk, the way I act? We want to talk about what you guys do. You screw St. Clair County, and you want to throw it back on me that I'm the bad guy? You know, it's hurt everybody in St. Clair County, people, their action. This idiot is worried about how I act when their actions are destroying all of us in St. Clair County. What a dumbass, stupid, idiot, son of a bitch, lowlife, good-for-nothing politician. What? Are you everybody's moral keeper, Kern? You piece of political crap. Sweet Cakes, the queen of St. Clair County. What are you talking about? Then he says here, these events are likely to include people of diverse backgrounds and ages. I would personally ask that you step up and demand your camp. See, that's the problem. You don't demand nothing. You ask people, Kern. No, you demand, because you guys have ruled it with an iron hand, St. Clair County. You no more demanding. You don't demand crap, Kern. You work for me. You work for the people of St. Clair County. We're demanding you step down, you ignorant son of a bitch. But anyway, demand your campaign manager, and that's a damn lie. But I can tell when Kern's lying, his lips are moving. I'm not Cook's campaign manager. I'm supportive, totally supportive of him and anything I can do to help that man get elected for 2 reasons. Number 1, I think he's the best candidate for St. Clair County Board Chairman. And number 2, I think Kern's the worst. That's the 2 reasons I'm fighting, and I hope everybody fights for Roger Cook. I'm not his campaign manager, and I'm not his chief funder. That's a damn lie. He wants me to behave in a non-disruptive and respectful manner. Well, that's what Kern wrote. Well, hey, Kern, you rotten bastard, when you act in a non-disruptive and when you act in a respectful manner, I'll treat you. You've been disruptive to the people of St. Clair County. You no good son of a bitch. Who the hell? But here's what I have to tell you. That's not really what Kern said. I know for a fact. His statement was, would he personally ask you step up and demand your campaign manager, Bob Romanik, who, it's not in the paper, but I'm going to give it to you, who was a convicted felon and strip club owner. Now, number one, I've never owned a strip club. I own the property, and we're going to get into that, and I am a convicted felon. But the newspaper was decent enough. That wasn't part of the story, and I want to thank them for that. But I want to bring it out. This asswipe. But let me tell you, Kern, you and everybody else, when Charlie Powell went to jail, a felon went to jail for stealing votes to help you guys get elected. You guys all went to his going-away party. You, Sprague, Barris Civic, the chief judge, all of you. You see how hypocritical these bastards are? And they say, I own a strip club. That's a damn lie. I own the property. But the person that Kern puts ahead of the Public Building Commission, that is that $12 million a year debacle that we have to pay for as taxpayers, Rich Soje. Rich Soje owns 5 strip clubs. He owns a property that the dope den's going to be in Soje. He owns a gambling den down there in Soje. He owns the Oz and Pops, and the Oz back in the day had 20, 30, I believe, allegedly, and I say allegedly because I don't know if it was 20 or 30, all these civil rights violations where the bouncers were beating the hell out of the patrons. And Rich Soje owns that. They forget about all this big crap. Do you see how hypocritical these son of a bitches are? Bob Romanik, a convicted felon. Well, they sure like the convicted felon Charlie Powell. When he got them all the votes, stole them all the votes, they went to his going-away party. It's do as I say, not as I do, people, and that's the problem in St. Clair County. I know I'm far from being perfect, but I'm tired of these hypocritical son of a bitches. I'm tired of saying a strip club owner when Rich Soje, the head of the Public Building Commission, the Kern appoints, and his board that he controls, his Democratic board controls, puts him ahead of all this money, puts him in charge of the Public Building Commission. He owns 5 strip clubs. A nightclub that's had 20, 30 civil rights violations, lawsuits. He owns the dope den down there by the Grizzly Stadium. He owns that property where the dope is going to be distributed. And I'm the bad guy? These son of a bitches are hanging with the bad people, but see, they want to throw that stone. It's like the guy that goes in with his partner, and his partner goes in the back and steals a candy bar. And his other partner, his partner in crime, says, hey, look at that guy stealing a candy bar back in the back. So the owner runs to the back to get that guy stealing a quarter candy bar, and the guy up front grabs the cash register with $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 in it and walks out the door. See, that's the game these son of a bitches are playing, so you can play it all day long. Talked to someone at breakfast. They said, Bob, well, maybe you shouldn't mention it. Hey, there's nobody that talks worse about Bob Romanik than Bob Romanik, because I know who the hell I am. I know what the hell I am. And you know what? I want to make a difference. I've not been perfect in the past, and I'm not going to be perfect in the future. But I want to do something to make up for some of the things that maybe weren't so good. And I'm going to make mistakes along the way because I'm a human being, I'm not a robot. You know, I sit at my house, I'll never make another mistake, but I'll never make a difference either. So you rotten bastards, come at Bob Romanik. Don't throw Carl Officer in the mix. Don't throw Roger Cook into the mix. Those guys are trying to confuse the issue because that's all they can do. And let me tell you about confusing the issue. You guys heard yesterday, I talked about the swimming pool down in Jones's Park, that if I could get there once a month when I lived in the Roosevelt Homes and we walked there, I was happy as hell. They needed $10,000. I've called to try to give them $10,000 to open up that pool. You know what I was told late last night? That Lonzo and LaToya Greenwood told them not to call back, and I got this from a good source, not to call back, not to address this situation, not to let me give $10,000 out of respect for my son. And I don't give a damn if you people go there, swim there, you're young kids. They're kids. They're not voters. I don't give a damn. Don't vote for me. But I still think those kids deserve some place where they can cool off this summer. But these rotten, no-count, lousy bastards, and they're black. They're black, trying to stop the young black kids from having a cool day, a couple cool days this summer when they're in their houses that don't have air conditioners because they can't afford the utilities. But these black son of a bitches, and I don't mean the proud blacks of East St. Louis. I mean these plantation Negroes who will do anything. They'll destroy the black community to get what they want. They'll bring it up the hill to these white rotten bastards that do the same thing. There's enough blame to go around for the whites and the blacks. These 5% of these political bastards, none of them are any good. I'm challenging you people. Let me. I don't give a damn. Don't vote for me. Don't care. I want to do it out of respect for my son and out of respect for children. They're not black children down there. They're children. Let me give that $10,000 and honor my son, Greenwood. What the hell's wrong with you? What the hell is wrong when it takes $10,000? I ask you, Greenwood, I'll challenge you. Then you rotten son of a bitch, all the money you've made, all the money your daughter's made, you guys put the $10,000 up and you guys take the credit. I'll be as happy as hell because the same results will be. Those young kids down there, those young kids that don't have much to look forward to, those young kids that are going to get hot all summer, they'll have a place to cool off. I'm challenging you, Greenwood, LaToya, and Lonzo Greenwood, you rotten pieces of crap. I'm challenging you to either back off this political bull crap that you're playing, let me give the $10,000, or you put the $10,000 in. I don't give a damn. I'll put 5 in, you put 5 in. The ultimate result is letting those young kids down there in East St. Louis have a cool place to go this summer. That's what I'm concerned about. What are you concerned about? Politics as usual. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ, 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ, 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ, 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ, 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, very proud to be the Patriot. Mayor Officer just walked in, and he told me about all the great guys at Jefferson Barracks National Cemetery, and I want to say hello and salute all the administrators, Mike and all the ground crew, and everybody at Jefferson Barracks Memorial Cemetery. You guys do, I was there at my father's grave on Sunday. You guys do a great job. I want to salute you. Most of you are probably that work there are veterans. If not, you're all patriots. You guys do a great job. I wish everybody else in this country that got paid for by the taxpayers would do half the job that you guys are doing. So again, I want to salute all the administrators for the great job, the great leadership, Mike and the grounds crew at Jefferson Barracks National Cemetery. Keep up the good work, guys. Mayor Officer, off the air, we talked about this wading pool at Jones's Park, where I used to see kids go all the time because it's so hot. And you've got a little story for me?
Yeah, I think it's sad and deplorable. What you're reporting this morning is that the East St. Louis Park District will not accept monies from you or anyone else, but particularly from you, because that's a slam. That's nothing but political. To allow the children to go swimming, it's 100 degrees tomorrow.
Right.
It's going to be 90-something today.
It's going to be one of the hottest summers ever.
And most of those children, if not all of them, cannot afford to go to Collinsville, to the splash parks and these other places. And they've got the facilities right there. But what's even more egregious, and if Greenwood did this, then I think that he needs to tell the truth about this. Several years ago, I'm not making this up, I got the facts. You can go to the city hall and check with Doreen Hoosman, who's the city clerk who has the records. The city of East St. Louis, they gave the Park District a TIF grant. And the Park District turned right around and hired Alonzo Greenwood as a consultant for a ridiculous amount of money for the park district. Now, what's really sad about it, you got to know who runs the park district, and you got to understand how the money came from the city and who was in charge of the money at the time. You just follow the money and you'll know. And then they closed the pool
after
at Jones
Mr.
Park.
Greenwood became the consultant and got paid for it.
They closed the pool. Now, to say that there's not enough money to open the pools, okay, I might go along with that. But then again, if you've got somebody who wants to donate money to allow several thousand children to be able to go and swim and have some fun this summer, to stay cool this summer, what difference does it make where the money is coming from? The only reason they're doing this, you don't have to say this, I'm saying this, is Carl also saying, the only reason they don't want to take it is because they don't want to have you take any credit for letting those children be able to swim. It's all politics. It has nothing to do with right and wrong. It's all about obscenities. I really wish I could talk like you talk.
Yeah, well, no, you don't.
My faith won't allow me to do that. But the hardcore reality, that's just absolute news. I'm promising you this morning, and all the listeners out there, particularly those from St. Louis, I want you guys to get on the phone, to call that park district, and demand that those men and women who sit on that park board contact Mr. Romanik, have their executive director contact them, so that these children can go swimming next week.
And Mayor, here, I'm going to make it a little bit.
Minister, I know down there today. Yeah. I'm going to start calling when I get out of here.
Here, and again, I don't mind the $10,000, but Alonzo and Latoya Greenwood, I'm running against you. You put up 5,000, I'll put up 5,000, so it'll be a wash. Nobody will get any accolades because we'll both be doing it. Let's just get that pool open. I just think it's egregious that they want to play politics when our young children, black and white. When you're young, you're not black or white, you're a child. It just pisses me off when they're going to bring now children into the political arena.
And if I know Alonzo, what he's going to do, he's going to go up here, he's going to call Sprague and Kern to get to 5,000.
Well, sure he will.
He's not going to take it out of his own pocket. I got to say a shout out to Sarah Dansbury. She is a sweetheart. But this is getting. I know that the election is about 140 some days away.
Right.
But you don't put these children in the middle of an election. That's just stupid.
No, it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Yes, there's so many other words that I could use.
Well, I know, and I know you won't allow you. Let me use them.
Okay, you go ahead and use them.
Hey, Mayor, listen.
Yeah. I
know you're running for coroner. You're going to be the best coroner St. Clair County ever had. You're running against Calvin Dye, and Calvin Dye is not a bad guy, but Calvin Dye is part of the corrupt machine. Calvin Dye's been a trooper, been a deputy sheriff. Now he's a state's attorney's investigator. These guys, they recycle them. We need somebody fresh. We need somebody up in St. Clair County that are going to fight for the people. And Mayor Officer, I know that you're going to be a fighter, and you're going to be the coroner, but you're going to make a difference all throughout because you're going to be advising Roger Cook. You're going to be getting involved in community affairs, and that's what we need, people that'll take the time to get involved in the community affairs and not the money grab, because you don't need the money. You've got a great business going, and it's just we need people in there that are going to be for the people, not for the money.
I've already said there's a couple of things. One, I don't intend to use a county car, county gas. I don't intend to take the county insurance. I got my own good insurance, both health insurance and otherwise. But, I think I can save the county a considerable amount of money. There's some other issues at some point, starting the middle part of July, that we'll be discussing, because people right now want to deal with weddings and graduations and picnics and stuff. The last obviously wanted to hear about was the guy that pronounces people dead.
Not a good time, but I said that before, Mayor. I'm glad you do it. Somebody has to do it. It's an honorable profession. I couldn't do it, but it needs to be done, and you do a great job, and you and the family's always been very respectful. So, Mayor, come back and see us anytime. I know you've got an outing with your daughter today, and hug her, because you never know when you may not get another shot.
Oh, well, let me tell you something. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'll probably come back one day next week if I can survive. I'm teaching her how to drive. Today was her first driving lesson. Yeah. And I got some shoulder pads, a helmet, and X-Lax has been coming out. I need to get some more Depends.
Hey, Mayor, I've watched you drive. How about letting me donate money for a driving instructor? No. Hey, Mayor Carl Officer, it's always a pleasure. Thank you very much. I just got an email, and before we go, this is on the same track with the transgender. It says, President Kennedy put a man on the moon. President Obama put a man in a woman's restroom. So, hey, we can take that. Hey, guys, we got to go. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to tell you one thing. Greenwood, I'm challenging you. Let's get that pool open. I don't give a damn. Get it open, and I'll give you accolades all day tomorrow. What a great guy you are, and what a great lady your daughter is. I don't give a damn. Don't like me. Don't have to vote for me. I don't give a damn. I'll go home tonight and sleep well, knowing that those kids have a place to cool off. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud to be the Patriot. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. But as Mayor Officer said, you people of East St. Louis, it's not about Bob Romanik. It's not about you. It's not about Greenwood. It's about the children down there. It's about the children and the animals. Neither one can take care of themselves. That's why we're put on this earth. We have to take care of our children, have to take care of our animals, because someday you'll need taken care of. So let's challenge Greenwood. Greenwood, you put up to 10,000. Let's get that pool open before it gets over 100 degrees. And along the way, let's continue to remember these low-life, no-count, good-for-nothing, bastard, political, parasitical punks, these perverted son-of-a-bitches that we call politicians. And let's continue to expose, to drag. And we have to, people, you understand now, we have to destroy them. They're like cancer, political cancer. They'll kill us. We have to destroy them once and for all. Politically, of course, right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha, to the funny farm. Well...